All right, 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Let's get to our busy telephones here. John, Santa Barbara, KTMS in Santa Barbara, beautiful State Street. What's going on?
Oh, not much, Mr. Hannity. I'm just waiting to talk to you.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I heard your show yesterday about the Brotherhood over in Egypt.
Yeah, the Muslim Brotherhood wins the election as I predicted.
Yes, sir. Actually, I truly believe what Ron Paul has to say about situations like that.
We shouldn't have been there in the first place.
No, we shouldn't.
Well, look, if you think the ascendancy of Islam and the rise of Islamic regimes in the Middle East is a good thing, then you just stay on
well, Mr. Hannity, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. What I said is that we need to tend to mind our own business.
I got it.
Hang on. The majority of the country, Mr. Hannity.
Yes, sir.
The majority of the countries in this world hate our guts because we keep interfering in other people's business.
You know, it's our. So you're basically saying 9/11 happened because of us.
No, that's not what I said.
Well, it sounds like it.
What I said?
I listened to what you said.
No, it does not. Mr. Hannity.
Well,
they hate us because we keep interfering
but that's the
with
argument.
Other affairs.
Now you're going to listen to me. I'm going to make a point. You're sounding you're sounding like a liberal that is saying, and others that have said and suggested that the U.S., because of our involvement abroad, caused 9/11. Do you believe that to be true? That's a yes or no question.
Well, no, that's not what I said.
I didn't ask you if you said it. Do you believe it? I said.
No, I do not.
All right, so then why did 9/11 happen?
Well, why do they hate us, Mr. Hannity?
Well, do you think they hate us and that caused people to come over here and kill us?
No kidding. They just bombed us, Mr. Hannity.
Oh, so they do hate us and we caused it.
That's not what I said,
I'm
Mr.
asking
Hannity.
you, did we have any role to play in them hating us?
Mr. Hannity, listen to me.
No. This is not a complicated question. You don't want to go down this road because it's uncomfortable for you, but I'm asking you a very serious question. Do you think we cause people to hate us that results in their acts of terror against us? Because I don't believe that.
Okay. I'm gonna answer your question with a question.
No. Either answer it or I'm going to hang up on you.
Okay, what was the question?
Oh, good grief.
No. Mr. Hannity.
I asked, you said they hate us because of our involvement. Now, I would argue that our involvement, we liberated many Muslims that were being oppressed around the world. Kosovo, Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan. And we have also been big supporters of the Muslim people. And Indonesia is another example. All right, but here's my point. So if they hate us, did we, because of our actions, cause people to commit acts of terror against us? That was the question.
Okay, then you answer my question, Mr. Hannity.
No, I don't answer a question with a question. Goodbye.
Of course you don't.
Well, are you going to answer the question? You don't answer a question. I'm asking you a simple question.
We did not cause it.
We did not cause it. Are we responsible for it in any way?
Okay.
No, we're not. Okay, so then you don't fall into the Ron Paul camp completely.
Well, do you mind if I answer my own question? I mean, the question I keep asking you.
All right, you ask yourself a question and answer it. Go ahead.
Now, the reason that it bothers me, Mr. Hannity, is because for the past over 50 years now, how did our troops go from being loved in other countries to now being hated everywhere we show up?
I don't think we were loved during the middle of the Cold War. I don't think we were loved during World War II. I don't think we were exactly loved for a big part of our history, if you actually want to look at it factually and historically. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. Look, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong. If we, for example, don't involve ourselves and we allow this Islamic ascendancy to continue, what you're missing out, and I think Ron Paul's missing out on, is that you're going to see one Iranian-style state united against all of the free world. And geographically speaking, with weapons as they are currently configured, we can get killed by a weapon that'll be fired from the Middle East soon. And at that point, at that point, we will, as my mother used to say, rue the day.
What do you suggest?
I suggest we stay actively involved and do everything we can do to advance, promote freedom, liberty, and democracy. I support a freedom agenda, and I'm not saying we can be the world's police, but there are certain strategic times.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not.
What you're saying.
No, now you got to listen to me. I'm saying at certain strategic times we must involve ourselves.
Okay, Mr. Hannity.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hannity.
Yes, sir. You don't have to call me. You can call me Sean, by the way. My name, Mr. Hannity's my father.
Okay, Sean. When did God go on vacation and leave America in charge?
God, hello? I'm not saying we're playing God. You know, there's never been a country like the United States that has accumulated more power and abused it less. The only thing we've asked for in foreign soil is a place to bury our dead as we've helped advance freedom, because we know that freedom is the natural state of mankind. It is. If world history has taught us one thing, it's that ignoring evil will come back and bite us right you know where. And that's a mistake that we cannot make. That's the difference between you and I. I understand your position well.
Okay, Sean.
Last word. Go ahead.
Okay. I agree with that, Sean. But we keep involving ourselves in so many things. We're stretching ourselves so thin, and we're going to pay a price for it.
I agree about stretching ourselves thin. I agree with that. But I got to tell you, strategically, we've got to involve ourselves. We can't live in a cocoon. I wish we could. There is a side of me, John, that is very sympathetic to your thinking, and I've thought this through very deeply as I possibly can over the years. And what I have concluded is not to engage means that, look, let me put it in this sense. I wrote a book about evil, Deliver Us from Evil. 100 million human souls in the last century alone killed. And I think to put our head in the sand and act as though human evil doesn't exist, I think is short-sighted, and that's my point to you.
But, Sean, you got to admit that these are two different times, two different eras.
No, they're not. Evil is evil.
They are. Yes, they are.
All right, so what happens if all these Islamic states, we watch the rise and the ascendancy of Islam in the Middle East, and they all line up and form a coalition against the United States and Israel, and they have nuclear weapons?
But,
what do we do? What do we do then?
Okay, Sean.
I'm asking you. That's a question. What do we do then?
We do what we've always done, Sean. We get hit in the mouth. We hit back.
Oh, okay.
That's what we do.
But the thing is, at this point in time,
but you don't go into their yard and say what they're doing wrong.
I can't. I explained it as best I can. I can't go any further with you. I just can't. But John, I do appreciate your call. I love your passion. I do like it more than you know.
Well, Mr. Hannity, I wish I could explain it to you better.
Sean, no, you did a good job. I understand your point.
I need you to remember, though, this country became powerful within.
I know, but
we're trying to make other countries think the same way we do by coming from outside.
I wish we could put a cocoon over our, country and just say we're going to be isolated.
That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I'm telling you the reality is
we cannot push our belief on other people.
I'm not, but I'll tell you.
This is why we came to America, remember?
If we don't advance freedom around the world and tyranny exists, it will come to your front door. Now, you may be dead, but your children and grandchildren will be there.